President
Hi.
Dave Rising. Nice to meet you.
you.
Can you sit on down here?
Want me here? Okay.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for us. Sounds like you've been going from one thing to the next to the next.
There is a particular focus right now on how we engage with each other, including through trade. I don't think anybody's economy is stronger because of COVID, right? There is a pretty pervasive sense of anxiety about how we recover. I actually think that this presents us with an incredible opportunity. Not quite. I think what I mean is that the administration has engagement and partnership with respect to security. There's a lot of focus on the tariffs right now. Tariffs are a tool in the economic policy toolbox. It is a robust and holistic approach to economics and investing in each other that we're bringing.
I know a lot of the Asian countries have been somewhat skeptical after hearing that it is not going to allow any greater access to the American market. What's in it for Asia? Why would a country sign on to it?
Skepticism is not the word that I would use, certainly not the first word I would use in terms of the responses that we've gotten from our trading partners in this region. The lead noun, I guess I would use, is enthusiasm. Our partners are very excited to welcome U.S. enhanced economic engagement with the region.
The obvious parties that would be involved would be probably South Korea or China in terms of supplying vaccines or working with the U.S. to supply vaccines.
It is true. We are not bringing discussions and negotiations around tariff liberalization. And in trade parlance, that is what we call, quote, market access. But in layman's terms, when we're talking about access to markets and market opportunities, that absolutely is something that is a part of our conversation. In its host year, and to support Thailand's themes.
You had mentioned the problems that exist in the world right now. I mean, we've got economies already weakened, just coming off of the COVID pandemic, hopefully coming off the COVID pandemic, and now we've got price rises thanks to the supply problems with fuel and food from the war in Ukraine. We've already seen Sri Lanka in some terrible economic difficulties. In your meetings with at APEC and with other people here in the region, are there significant fears of what's to come with the local economies, and are there things that the U.S. Is thinking of being able to do to help out?
There is a real resonance as I hear my counterparts and the leaders of these economies talk about what we need. And those themes are around resilience, sustainability, and inclusion. And to the extent that we are all looking for those themes in our economic policies right now, I think that there's a tremendous opportunity for us to come together to forge a set of parameters in our global economy to enable us to build into a new economic world order that will be more adaptive, more inclusive, and more sustainable for our planet and for our people. We're very, very focused on our competition with China. With respect to our partners in this region, the United States will always bring an economic engagement that is grounded in our values, which is in terms of openness with respect to our market and our economy, and also in terms of our society. So the engagement that we will bring by nature inherently will be different from China's engagement with the region. And I think it is an important part of the U.S. presence in this region that we bring a market-based and open approach to the partnerships that we have with our friends here.
There's been a lot in the press, as I'm sure you know, recently about the differences between yourself and Janet Yellen on the continuation of the tariffs that were implemented under the Trump administration. And most recently it was reported that Yellen has said that she'd like them at least partially, if not entirely, removed in order to help fight inflation in the U.S. Your own approach to that is not exactly the same, but it's been reported many different ways. And I'm just wondering if you could sort of spell out to me where you see the tariffs on China and whether they should be removed, shouldn't be removed, or if it's too early to say.
There's a lot of focus on the tariffs right now. Tariffs are a tool in the economic policy toolbox. There are a lot of other tools at our disposal, and all tools are on the table as we think about our short-term and our medium and long-term needs. The purpose of this engagement is first to demonstrate. What is of the utmost importance for us is to ensure that this medium-term strategic realignment that we know that we need to accomplish is something that we are able to accomplish, and that nothing that we do in the short term undermines that larger goal. We cannot afford to come out of this very difficult time putting ourselves in the United States in a more vulnerable position than we were in when we entered into this period.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll let you do it.
They're talking, I think I can do it.